Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, please feel very welcome. And to my usual people, so thank you so much for sticking around and for coming back and clicking this video. I don't take it for granted, and I really appreciate you guys so much. And thank you for being my clan, my people. So I just got here. It's around 2 p.m. and it's a Saturday. I'm always happy when I'm able to come here on Saturday because Sundays are usually a bit tricky because I am with the babies. But on a Saturday, it's usually very easy because I can do as much as possible. So I just got here and I wanted to do a couple of things. And one of the things that I want to do is to thin my carrots. I don't know if you can see them right behind me over there. I tried to plant them sparsely so that I don't need to do a lot of work with the thinning, but I'm still going to thin them nonetheless because I can see there are still some of them that are so close together. And today I also remembered to carry a basket in case we find anything to harvest. And yeah, that is mainly. Oh, and I also carried some peanuts. I want to try. I'm telling you guys, I'm usually so ambitious. So I carried some peanuts and I want to plant just a few of them just to see if they're going to do well, and then maybe I can plant more next time. So yeah, so thank you so much, and please stick around to the very end. I don't think this is going to be a very long video because there's nothing much to do, but thank you so much for always coming back. I really appreciate you guys. So I'm just going to check on this other side to see what's going on. I can see, let me just turn the camera. So this is how the whole garden looks like. I can see James was here because if you notice, uh, it has been watered. So I know he was here, which is very good because I don't always have to call him. Sometimes he just decides by himself to come and check on the garden. I can see our tomatoes are still going strong, but some are dying away. The onions are doing so well, but I don't know why I'm tempted to think that, this we planted, these are supposed to be bulb onions, but I don't know why it looks like, yeah, hapo kwa gari. So I'm just trying to or should I just pull out one? No, yeah, this, you see, these are not bulb onions, these are green onions. These for sure are green onions. I don't know why we thought they are bulb onions. Babe, hii kitunguu si ya viazi, ni kumaanisha hizi zote si za viazi. Yeah, so clearly you can see this is not a bulb onion. Oh, and I'm seeing, let me show you. I don't know if you can see there's a worm on this root. So yeah, when I see a worm in my soil, I'm actually very happy because I know that means that my soil is rich. And now actually, because I've found out that these are green onions, we are actually going to start using them a lot more because there are quite many. There are so many of them. And something else I also want to show you guys so you can understand what I mean when we say we let the small trees grow. I hope you can see this tree is bent, and it's because of the weight of this mango. You remember, guys, I left one mango. See how grown it has been? It's so grown now. But as you can see, it's taking a toll on this small tree. So what we are going to do now is we are going to remove this mango. Yeah, because it will break this tree, and that is going to be even worse. So now for sure there is no doubt that I need to remove this mango, because as it keeps growing it will become much heavier for the tree. So here you go, this is our mango. This is it's called the Tommy variety. So you see, now we can give a breather to this tree. So yeah, clearly we should not be letting these small trees fruit. And then where we got our big zucchini last time, just want to check if we have any more, but unfortunately we don't. I think it was just one and done. And then our peas are still growing, no sign of flowers yet. Yeah, so guys, I'm just going to get my shears so that I can come prune those apple trees, and then we can start either planting or thinning. I think we'll start with thinning of carrots first. Yeah, guys, take a look at the beauty of this apple tree. It has so many beautiful flowers, but unfortunately we are going to remove them. This tree was also planted this year, although you can see it is much taller than the others, but I'm still going to remove these flowers because we want to give this tree a chance to fully establish itself before it can start giving us fruits. And it's for the better, it's for the best. This is Wambogo apple. This is what we want to take care of. Need to get rid of this branch. So I just want to check where it's coming from, then we can cut it from that point. I also need to check what is it called, the grafting point. I think it was planted a bit too deep. Oops. Uh-oh. Okay, we're going to wipe that. I don't have a pocket. I'm trying to dig a bit wider from the tree so that I don't injure the tree. Yeah, so this is what I've removed. As you can see, this is the grafting point. In fact, the paper is still there. So anything growing from here is the root stock. From the root stock should not be growing. So that one is okay. This one too is okay. So we also need to check this other one over here and remove, because in fact you can see the one from the root stock is the one that is overtaking the main plant, because this is the grafting point just above where the white paper is. So anything that is growing beneath it should be removed. So we want to remove this one. There you go. See, this one in fact was doing much better than the actual tree. That's how tall it is. Yeah, but that is taken care of. So from there now, I think we also need to get rid of this one. I don't know. No, but I think this is okay. This one is okay because, but I'm still going to take a photo of this and send to Mutua so that he can advise. But to me that looks okay, though I'm not sure. I don't know. I think I should just remove it. Yeah, so I'll just take a photo and send to Mutua and he will advise. So that's it. So from here we are going straight to the other side to thin the carrots. Let's head over to the other side and thin our carrots. I'm honestly very happy with most of what is here, but most especially my fruit trees. I'm very happy with how they're doing. The best thing for me I can say is that I know by the time we are coming to live here, most of these fruit trees will be fully established and we'll be able to enjoy the fruits at that point. So that's why I'm not very worried about, maybe removing like the flowers from the trees and things like those, because I know sometimes, because we don't even live here, the tree might fruit and the fruit might end up getting wasted because there's no one to eat it. But now when we get here, they'll be fully established, and especially the kids, because I know at that point they will be at an age where they can appreciate some of these things. So I know for sure it is not in vain that I'm doing what I'm doing. So like I mentioned, let me just turn. So like I mentioned, you can see these carrots. I didn't plant them heavily. I didn't sow them heavily, like together. I tried to scatter them as few as possible on the ground. So you can see, compared to the other lot that we had planted, these ones are quite sparse, which is good. So we'll not thin that much. I was actually thinking that I might need to do a lot of work, but I can see it's not that much of work. So I'm just going to check at the ones that are a bit smaller, or the ones that are too close together, like this one I can remove. So the ones that are packed too close together are the ones that I want to remove. See, they're starting to form mini carrots already. It's still going to take a while, but I'm only trying to get those that are too close to each other, especially in this area. And the ones that look a bit weak are the ones that I'm targeting. Oh, look at this. Yeah. Here there's so many of them. Yeah, majority of these ones I think are okay. I'm just trying to check where I can see so many of them, but you can also see some of these patches. I think some didn't germinate, but it's okay. Those are not as many. So yeah, I'm super happy with how I sowed these seeds. I saved myself a lot of work. Here's another spot where we can do some thinning. So I'm targeting the weaker ones, the ones that look a bit tiny. By the way, I'm a really big fan of carrots, and also because there is so much that you can do with carrots. You can bake with them, you can make stews with them, you can also like roast them in the oven. Yeah, so there's so much that you can do with carrots. You can even make salads with them. So I can never have enough carrots for sure. And they're also good for even the kids to snack on. Like my son, my older son, he really loves to snack on carrots. So this will always be something that I will be planting. Oops. Yeah, I'm really so happy that I tried to sow these seeds like this so that I don't have a lot of work, because thinning is also really tiring. So much work. Yeah, so that looks about right. I think that's all I'm gonna do. I also just want to take a peek at this area that I don't really like, because it's a bit too dark for me, and because of these bananas, I know, yeah, spiders here, I know they're there. So I have a mango tree there, another mango tree there. By the way, I have so many mangoes. I tried to plant many of the fruits that I like. So mangoes, pixies, I have so many of. This is another mango. And I'm super impressed with this mango tree, because you remember, guys, we picked one mango from here. But ever since we did, look at how much new growth we have. Yeah. And then there is this pixie tree that is also attempting to flower. But these are flowers that are coming up. But I'm going to get rid of them, all of them. See some more over here. I'm just removing these flowers because we don't need flowers at this time. I'm removing all of the flowers, all of them. Yeah. Then we have a mini avocado tree coming up over there, and another avocado. Yeah, so at least we are done. At least we are done with the carrots. Now we can move on to something else. Like I said, we don't have much to do here today. Oop. And also we don't have a lot to harvest because we did a lot of harvesting. You saw that in my last video last week. We did a lot of harvesting. So let me grab my basket. I've left it on this other side. Let me quickly grab my basket. This, I really wish I had chickens because a lot of these bad ones would be going to the chickens. Some are really dented. So this bed has nothing, so I need to figure out what to plant. I think I'm going to plant the peanuts here. This is the bed that had what are they called, butternut vines. That was a terrible fail. I'm actually just checking to see if we have any what are they called, peppers, any peppers over here. Pick my onion. Now that we have already established that these are green onions and not bulb onions. By the way, I was really excited about these onions being bulb because at least those ones you can store for longer. But now these green onions, I'm not so sure how long we can store them for. Yeah, and at this point I think I need to take a photo here for Mutua. There, I don't know if I'm supposed to be pulling them out the way I am, or I should just be plucking the green leaves, the green part. But I'm just going to pull a couple that we can use. I still have some of the ones that we picked last week, so I'm not going to pick so many of them. But I think green onions have such an amazing flavor. They add a really good flavor to your food. So I'm just picking a couple that we can use for this week and maybe next week. They are really big. They look like leeks. See? So yeah, I think those ones are okay. So now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant the, what are they called? The peanuts. And then I think for coriander and the broccolis, I'm going to harvest as the very, very last thing so that they don't wilt. I know for coriander they might wilt if I harvest them now because we are not leaving yet. Or something else I've remembered before we forget about this apple tree is I need to get rid of these flowers. Guys, take a look at the beauty of this apple tree. It has so many beautiful flowers, but unfortunately we are going to remove them. This tree was also planted this year, although you can see it is much taller than the others. But I'm still going to remove these flowers because we want to give this tree a chance to fully establish itself before it can start giving us fruits. And it's for the better, it's for the best. This is Wambogo apple. So many flowers. So I'm just trying to imagine if this tree will be producing this much fruits, because these flowers mean this many fruits. So many. So I'm just trying to be careful not to remove the bud and just remove the flowers alone. But this is so encouraging. They say, by the way, for fruits like apples, don't plant just one apple because of cross-pollination. So you need to plant at least 2 or more apple trees. Hey, me, I have, how many do I have? 1, 2, I have 10. I have 10, and I'm just imagining, say 5 years from now, when they're all fully established and they're all producing and giving me fruit. That will be amazing. That will be super great. I mean, we all know how expensive apples are. And like they say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So for me, hey, me, I'm a sucker for fruits. Hey, me and fruits. I love my fruits. And especially things like apples, mangoes, those kinds of fruits. I really love. And even avocados. I'm really a big fan of avocados. Although I haven't planted a lot of avocado trees. But also because at my in-laws, they have a lot of avocado trees. So we get a lot of avocados from them. Apple blooms are so pretty. So pretty. Still have more coming up at this point. Yeah, so I think we've been able to get all of the flowers. See. So guys, I have this peanuts, njugu karanga, easy, that I got from my mom-in-law. So these are not from this season for this year, because she told me if you want to plant, you have to pick ones from like the previous season. I'm not sure why. I should have probably asked, but I didn't ask. So she told me to try these ones and see if they will do well here. If they do, I can plant more. But for now, I'm not even going to plant all of this, honestly, because I'm only planting this small area over here. So I'm only going to do probably half of these ones. And yes, my tools are in good use. The last time you saw me planting something, I was using a stick, and my lovely husband was thoughtful enough to get me this toolkit that has different sets that I showed you guys in my previous unboxing video. I got them from Amazon. If you would like, I can link them in case you would be interested in getting them. So this is how they look like. So these are raw, they're not cooked, and I'm going to be putting one in each. So I've opened the drip lines so that I can see which holes actually have water coming out of them, because not all of them have water. So this is basically just an experiment, just to see how they're going to do. I've not seen peanuts being planted around this area, but kila kitu ni kujaribu. So we're going to give this some time and see how it does, and then I'm going to plant the rest of the seeds if this does sprout. So in about 2 weeks we'll be back to check if this will have sprouted or they will have been eaten by rodents. Yeah, so that's all I'm going to do for now. I'm still going to leave the drip lines open so that they can get some water for about half an hour or so, and then I'll close. Yeah, so the next thing is to pick what are we picking? We're picking the broccolis, and we are also picking some coriander to take home, and then we'll be done for the day. Yeah. So I'm just soaking this here so that I can remove the dirt from them before I clean them and dry them. So they said they're stainless steel, so I'm hoping they will not rust. Yeah. So guys, it's we're almost done here, and it's time to finally harvest our broccolis, and I'm also going to pick some coriander. So let me just turn the camera. So here are the corianders. So I'm only going to pick enough for us to consume this week and maybe next week. See how fresh they look. I want to check on the area where they're so tall. Oh! Oh Lord, I almost fell down. Ala, kwani mlisharudi? Oh, poa. See? See? And I really like the smell of coriander. Look at my broccolis. They're so pretty. I can't believe I grew this. So, let's pick this. So I think I need to get my shears. Can't seem to be able to pull that with my bare hands. I'm going to use this. So that's going to be easy for me to just do that. There you go. So we have 3 broccolis. There you go. So we only have 1 more plant left over here. I'm going to uproot the rest of this. So apparently you can also eat broccoli greens. I think they're just like kales, I don't know. So guys, we're going to end the video at this point. So thank you so much for sticking around to the very end. I really don't take it for granted. Thank you so much for always clicking my videos, for always coming back to watch my videos. It really does mean a lot, and it helps grow the channel with you guys. So thank you so much. And that's all that we were able to harvest for today. We didn't harvest much because from the last video you saw, guys, we had a lot of things to harvest, so we didn't have much to harvest today, but we were still able to achieve quite a lot nonetheless, and I'm very happy. I'm particularly very pleased about my fruit trees. They are really thriving. As you can see, most of them are either flowering or fruiting, which unfortunately we've had to, remove because we want to give these trees an opportunity to fully establish themselves so that, we can enjoy them in future. We are sacrificing the present for the future. And, for me, I think I'm doing this specifically for my children. Because let me tell you guys, growing up, I grew up mostly like you saw in the video that I have posted when we went to my village. I spent so much time there, and we used to go hunting for fruits in the forest because there's a lot of, bushes and forest in that area. When we used to go look for firewood and things like that, or go fetch water, we were always on the lookout for fruits. And I've always said or known that if I ever have my own property, however small, I will definitely be able to plant fruit trees. And then, fruit trees, they will give you shade, they will give you aesthetics in your home, they will, they will serve different purposes. You're going to be able to enjoy the fruits at the end of it. It's not like any other tree, like for example this one here. This is, if I was to choose between cutting a fruit tree and this one, I would not even blink. I would definitely cut this one. But a fruit tree, it will give you fruits, it will give you shade, it will give you aesthetics for your home. And so there are all the advantages of planting fruit trees. I remember there is this channel that I follow of Evelyn 741 and Tash_KE, and they are also, they've been building their home. And I remember at one of their videos where they were saying that they wanted to plant fruit trees. I really encouraged them to go on and plant as many fruit trees. In fact, try different varieties. It doesn't matter if it has been said, oh, this cannot do well in this area. It doesn't matter. Just try. You will never know if you don't try. Like for me, plums, something like plums is something I would not even have imagined that would grow in like this area of Kajiado, because I usually see them thriving in cold areas like Limuru or even Kiambu, those sides of, even where I come from. And like you saw, I have a plum tree that is really, really thriving. I also have a macadamia tree that is really doing so well. And I see a lot of macadamias in places like Nyeri, So if you don't try, you will never know. In fact, I saw, I hope I remember to attach it here. I saw a quote on a matatu just as I was driving home some time back. It said, if you never try, you will never know. So just try. At least even if it fails, you will say, at least I tried and it didn't work. But if you didn't try, you would not have known whether it would have succeeded or not. So yeah, guys, that's a lot of pep talk from me. But I really just want to thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. I remember a couple of videos back, I was on a road to 100 subscribers and it didn't seem that we would get there. But you see, now we are over 100 subscribers. So guys, let's keep growing the channel. And eventually, I know we are going to look back at some point and say, we were, looking for 100 subscribers. Look at us now at 1,000 subscribers. So guys, keep subscribing, keep commenting, keep liking, keep sharing. From me, it's thank you, and let's keep growing the channel together. And until the next one, it's bye-bye for now. And lots of love from Lolo's Homestead. Bye, friends.